Well, took a long time. Always takes a long time to come on this one. I can't see the red light. How many times do I say that? But the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And it's appropriate that this is number 1 on this device. I've obviously cleared everything off. I think after my singing bout, I put it all on my laptop. So it's nice that it's all new, because number 1 is appropriate as it is January. It is the 6th of January, Saturday, 2020. Wait for it. 4. That's right, 2024. It's nice to get to say a new year. I've been saying 2023 for long enough. Now it's 2024. And I'm walking toward the River Ass. It's 3:15, and after a very foggy start, it's turned into a very nice day. There's a breeze, but the sun is shining. And hey, I'm back. And the big adventure that we were kind of looking ahead to for months is coming to an end. And I'm not sad about that, because today is Saturday. Flo is coming back and is due back Monday, and she's getting into Labrienne. I keep expecting it to be bus, but of course she's not coming anywhere near Marseille, so she's coming by train, because she's coming TGV from Paris. But it is, she should be there around 2:30 in the afternoon, which is cool. My adventures in Ireland are over for now. I came back on the 3rd, which was Wednesday. Today's Saturday, yeah. I had the fun of going to the Connemara the very next day and realizing all the electricity was gone, and our freezer was unfreezing. And so yesterday I spent from 11 in the morning till around 6 with our Vincent electrician, and then waiting for the technician from EDF to come and fix something outside the shop. Some box which connects to the mains had blown. And now the freezer is working, and we'll probably chance carrying on as normal with the food. I don't see the problem. We've done it before. But we still have to sort out the till and the coffee machine and the credit card machine, because there is no power to those things. I'm going to need to get Vincent back. It's not done yet, but the situation is a hell of a lot better than it was yesterday morning. I've decided to get out before the sun goes down. And also there's been lots of rain, so I wanted to have a look at the river. And this evening I plan to dye my hair red. Oh yeah. Been a long time. I'm not expecting much, but I believe I'm starting to develop grey hairs around. I pick them up sometimes depending on the light when I'm doing selfies. And I don't really mind that. In fact, a few grey hairs will kind of act as a nice base for any kind of colour you may want to use. Because I think it just, if you've got a grey background and you put paint on, it's going to stand out more than like red on brown and red on grey. The red on grey will be more vibrant. Anyway. How long is that? 4 minutes. Is there any need to discuss all things that have happened from Flo leaving on the 8th of December? I mean, they're probably going to be fixed in my mind and documented in various places. Photographs, little short video clips, quite a few things on cassette tapes, because it's really been the cassette tape month. I guess I could summarize a few things. The thing strikes me is when I'm walking, I'm now concentrated on talking. I'm not taking in the beauty, and I really appreciate it even more. The peace after being in Ireland for a week, 10 days, 12 days. To walk here and not have a cold wind blowing in your face is a bonus straight away. I mean, just to be out in the evening like this and not feel damp, miserable and wet. Secondly, to have the views, to be able to talk out loud like this and look all around me and not see anybody. Not so easy to do if you're leaving from from the Willows. You walk straight in, around the corner you've got cars, people, all, it's busy. But it makes me appreciate being here. I feel calmer here. So on the 8th, Flo left early in the morning, and it wasn't long after that I must have... Actually, I think I sold my binoculars first. That was one of the big things. Christine came the first Tuesday after Flo left, and I dropped off the binoculars to the collection point. And I think maybe a day later I received my... I'm going to have to pause here because we've got somebody in front. It's Ozana and the family. I'll be back. Right, finish the pause there. I thought it was Ozana. But it wasn't. It was somebody else that I don't know, actually. And they had a Doberman. 2-year-old Doberman. Very young, very energetic. And I started talking, saying, it's lots of energy, he's very young. How many walks does he take? And then at one point the guy, kind of an older couple, he just went, au revoir. I think I was talking too much. It's not me to keep the conversation going with strangers, and in the end the stranger, it just seemed it was an awkward moment when they started walking, and I realize I'm kind of striking up a conversation here with complete strangers, and I'm not sure they feel very comfortable. Maybe they think I was being too friendly or too nosy. I don't know. It just felt odd. I shall stick to my normal bonjour from now on. Il fait beau. Anyway. So yeah, I think I got the Walkman literally kind of the next day, maybe Wednesday. I don't need to go through all this really. The speed was wrong. I fixed the speed. I felt so fucking delighted with myself. I changed the belt as well. So probably, just to mention, that one of the highest moments for me of the holiday was finding the speed adjuster in the battery compartment, adjusting it and having it play at the correct speed and pitch and everything. That absolutely made my day. It was one of those moments when you just feel, because I was on the verge of giving up. So I had all my tapes out, and I'm coming to the river here, our little section. And it looks, well, the same, very healthy. You can hear it. Very nice. Yeah, I went through so many tapes, and I cleaned the Walkman I bought. I also cleaned the Panasonic cassette recorder I have. I took that apart and I managed to fix the record button, although unfortunately it doesn't record anymore. I don't know what happened or why, but it just doesn't record. I don't care, I've got another one that I bought for 20 euros, and I'm going to get that tomorrow or the next day. Not tomorrow, tomorrow's Sunday. Mightn't be till Tuesday actually. Yeah, so then I went to those cassettes that really just kept me going for days and days. Just kept me going, you know. Listening to stuff, it was just like the old days. And realizing just the quality of the sound. Hearing the sound spread out. It was very nice. And then I got up really early, you know. I had to around 5 in the morning. I had to leave for Labrian, so that was a nice night. I went to bed at about 2 or 3 and slept for 2 hours, and got up and went off in the cold, and then when I got to Ireland, kind of miraculously in a way, because I wanted to check for more cassette tapes in Mammy's attic, and Martina said there's some in my attic in a black bin liner, and I went up, and her one is very easy to access, and sure enough she had this big bag of tapes, lots and lots of blank tapes that I've long since forgotten about, with ones that were originally owned by Daddy when he'd recorded the Cayley stuff. I always had one of those for years and years, but in this stash there was about 4 more tapes with his writing on them, which, although they've been taped over, it's nice to see the writing there. I'll always leave the writing. That's a nice thing to have. Lots of tapes. A copy of David Bowie's Low, a copy of The Best of Bowie by Kate Tell, a French copy, God knows where that came from. Like a miracle. And then another miracle, Catherine, because I was kind of wondering if she some way I could play these things, and so I asked Catherine, and sure enough she somehow managed to produce a Sony Walkman that somebody had dropped off. And after a while I got that to work. And it worked perfectly. So, again, in Ireland, kind of to my surprise really, because I expected just to find a few tapes, put them in my bag, bring them home. But I ended up having the means to play all of these tapes. So I'm kind of sitting with Mammy in her room watching TV, and also having a headphone plugged into one ear and just going through lots and lots of blank tapes and finding what's on them and do their work. And I found some good stuff. I pretty much have all of the 7-inch singles I ever had. I also have a lot of records, like Computer Age, all taped, very good quality on a blank tape, and Revolutions. The Computer Age is good because it's got that slightly different version of like an Inca. And then at home I found a very good recording of Jeff Love on a blank tape, the Western Themes. But I also bought a tape of that original album, Jeff Love, Western Themes. It really has been a cassette month. I'm not finished yet. When I go home, I have to do my hair, but then there's lots of stuff to do with cassettes. I may try and sell a few. I don't know how long this moment of cassette tapes will last. We'll see. It was a nice break and relaxing in Ireland. Also quite long. When I'm away, I miss this. I miss the solitude. I miss the serenity. And I miss just doing exactly what I want to do. You know, eating exactly when I want to eat. Everything was great at home, and Martina cooked some really nice food. I love chicken, especially the roast potatoes. Just can't do them here. The potatoes aren't the same, and I just never know. And unless I had one of those air fryers, it's just too much hassle. But at the same time, you're in somebody else's routine, you know. And so, yeah, you're waiting on other people's routine, and so it's nice to be back here on my own for a few days, and I can do whatever I want. Well, the river is looking very healthy, but not much different to when I left. Now I shall head back. My mind's going back again to that interaction with that kind of elderly couple. Not elderly is getting, it's changing by the year what I consider elderly. I'll be 58 tomorrow. I'm like 2 years shy of 60. And so when you see someone in their late 60s or 70, and then you see my mother and they're in their 80s, it's all, the relativity changes. It's not constant. There was a time I thought 30 was old. But I'm just thinking with that couple, it's funny how you just carry on talking to people and you can become intimidating. I just felt it was awkward. The way they kind of abruptly started carrying on when I'm used to French people being they never ever stop conversations. You have to instigate the end of a conversation, because French people, if you don't, they literally, a person could keep the conversation going for an hour, even with the stranger. It's like somewhere in the psyche, it's impolite to end a conversation, or it's difficult for the French. Maybe this couple, maybe the man wasn't French. It's possibly could have been from somewhere else. But it's just unusual that somebody gets the chance to finish the conversation with me, because I'm normally, like I say, I'm literally bonjour, ça va, il fait beau. That's it, goodbye, I'm done. I have nothing else to say. Anyway, that's about it. I'm back now. No electricity. I got it fixed. I got the technician to come and sort it out late last night. Today I checked and everything is very well frozen again. So that's done. I'm done with the Connemara, and I'm not expecting Flo to be in great form when she comes back. And I have to prepare myself for her pointing out all the things I've missed, fucked up, even though I think I've done reasonably well over the couple of weeks. But she will, and it's in her right, and I have to just... I want to just accept it and not get into any negative situation when she says, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you do that, or typical, I have to sort this out now, you couldn't sort it out when, you know, I've tried, and there's some paperwork I'd like to sort out, but I'll ask about that when she comes back. And then a new year and a new start, and we'll see how things go. I don't know. You know, just to finish off with, it was in April. I don't know if it was very early in April, middle April, or maybe even toward the end of April, but it was April that I got my Insta360 camera and started walking up and down these lanes here. Well, it's now January, and then February, March, and then we're back into April. And to think of the year like that, it's most speedy, because I can really get my head into the Insta camera time, and that surely doesn't feel that long ago, and it's not too far off a year ago. Anyhow, that's all for now. This little catch up. Just probably nice to just say the stuff when it's still fresh. Flow's not back yet. It's the 6th of January. And I will sign off. Happy New Year.